This one, na clarion call. To all the brothers and sisters within this country. Naija. Now our land. Now we go save her. If you know the dapper, better get your PVC. If you know the dapper, better get your PVC. If you know the dapper, better get your PVC. If you know the dapper, better get your PVC.
Make it no be like I don't tell you. Make it no be like saying about they wear you. Everybody, mama and papa, maybe we can clear you. So you know gonna be like saying we don't help you. Get your PP, get your PVC, get your PP, get your PVC.
You know the dapper, better get your PVC. You know the dapper, better get your PVC. You know the dapper, better get your PVC. You know the dapper, get your PVC.
Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba.
Naija country, Naija country, Naija country, Naija country.
Yes. Everybody go for your PVC. I beg. You don't say no the japa. For your PVC. One love.
Yes. Hello. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. Good evening, good morning, good whatever time it is where you are.
Wherever you are listening, we would like you to just say hi in the chat box and tell us where you're listening and where you're watching from. We have our friends from Canada, we have our friends from Abuja, we have our friends from Ibadan, even Osun State. We have our friends from all over the country. And Lagos, of course, our beings. So please tell us, say hi, and tell us where you're watching from, and then do this. It will be a good time to just share the link because we're about to kick off, and we have an
right in to talk about this. Because it's
easy for people to be in a relationship and just go on and on and on, and sometimes out of pity or out of consideration or just different reasons, they just keep on with the relationship.
And in fact, that was when we began to speak about investment love versus messy love. Investment love versus messy love. We spoke about all of that last week. So it's
and how you need to check and make sure that you are not being used and so on and so forth. So yes, please go ahead, and if you went with us last week, feel free to just go back and watch it, because there's a lot
on this
there.
channel.
Yes,
it's on this channel. So just go to the channel, check the link for last week, and please just watch it. There's a lot to learn.
Yes.
And this week, before we even dive into this topic that we're supposed to discuss today, you know what was trending?
What?
It's Gisto. So it's just how you just stay by yourself where you are by yourself. Trouble will come and be finding you. It's not, I don't know, that is
like the lion that is lying down and the monkey comes and drags it.
And that is still, So somebody woke up one day and spoke about how guys should not be dating broke girls. The person just stayed by himself and just went to go and give gist that guys should not date broke girls. And when the brother said it, to the amazement of everybody, so of course, when we give an opinion, especially when you are somebody of profile, and some people will jump out and say, yes, we support, yes. So a lot of guys were jumping out, saying, yes, we support that guys should not date broke girls, and can you come. My brother, that's when some chats started showing up, and many women, the girls that this guy has, had interactions with, began to respond. And that post that I put up there was one of the ladies saying, the person that is saying guys should not date broke girls himself is begging money to buy Jinta. So I really don't know what you guys think. What you guys think about this? It is what it is. So I don't know what, as a lady, do you have any response to that? Good evening, Debbie. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening, welcome. So you say he's begging money to buy. You said Jinta, and I know what you mean by this. Jinta. But it is interesting. You come and you stir up all the drama, on social media, and in making that statement, someone will assume that he has so much money and so many ladies have come and have been eating his money, and now he's fed up, so he's making the statement. Only for people to now come and be telling us that in actual fact, you don't beg us money before. You don't beg us money before, we know. So I think first of all, it is a caution to everyone. What is there on social media? Be careful, don't just swallow it for clear and think it's not always as it seems, right? Yes, and then when you come and say guys should not date broke girls, I mean, it's your opinion, right? It's your opinion, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. So from your experience or from your analysis of different matters and information that you have, you can arrive at that conclusion. But really, at the end of the day, it depends on the person. Someone could say, I don't want to date broke girls, or they're going to drain me, right? Because they are worried about their limited resources. And another person might say, I don't care if she's broke as long as she has these other specs that are really important to me. I'm fine, and I'm not worried because I have more than enough to take care of myself and take care of her, and in fact, our entire community. So, really, it depends on the person. So it all comes down to you. Who are you? What are you looking for? What do you need, right? What can you accommodate? What can't you tolerate? These are questions that we have to keep reminding people to ask themselves when they're getting into relationships. So don't just go with popular opinion. Somebody says, don't marry people who are broke. You have all the money. You now, because of that, say goodbye to somebody that was really good, only that they didn't have enough money, right? Or they're broke. Or don't marry people who cannot cook.
Meanwhile, you by yourself, you can cook for the whole of Africa, and you are happy doing it. Then someone says, don't marry somebody who cannot cook, and then you now decide to break up with the person you're going to because they cannot cook. I mean, it's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts.
So those are some of the interesting things that are trending out there. And the topic for this week, once again, for all of those that just joined us, the topic for this week is, Bobby.
What really is love?
What really is love?
Yes, what really is love? Love.
What is love, really?
Really?
Really? What is love? Anyhow you call it, the question we are asking is what is love? Oh, Samantha Jethro.
Yes, he said love.
Yes, I have to stop the show.
Yes.
Somebody noticed me. My goodness, I have to stop the show today. Please. Nothing less or more. It's not this. You see, it's not your show. Every time you are fine. But somebody noticed me today.
Yes, thank you.
I love this kind of shirt more.
Yes. And you know, just on that subject, right? Phrase washing is one of the, should I call it, catchphrases in my book, Husband Material. So if you want to know more about phrase washing and why it is dangerous to washing, yes, I encourage you to get Husband Material. Read all about it.
The link is in this channel. Yeah? So just below the description, just press a pump. It will take you there. Wherever you are in this world, you can buy it, and it will get to your doorstep. Amazon, UK, Germany, Kissing, all of that will get there, get to you. But back to the topic. Before we dive into what you must I have a question.
Yes.
Can everyone on the show, as many as we can take, what is your definition of love?
Yes.
What is love?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I think Jimoski is in the spirit because he has already jumped in to start telling us what love is.
Jimoski. but you know, before I respond to what Jimoski says, they need to tell us, see, the assignment is 2 minutes. My accurate timekeeper, please time us for 2 minutes. The assignment is 2 minutes. But before we take the comment, so we are giving you 2 minutes to just go into the description and type what is love to you. What is love really? Really, what is love? What is really love? Anyhow you can say to you, tell us what it is. We are going to take as many comments as we can take about this. So you have 2 minutes and the time starts now. The time starts now.
Yes, and when you really like your definition of love, please go ahead and share this link so
yes,
others can join in.
Thank you.
Make the same.
So share this link. Share.
And if you have not yet followed us, it's free. There's no payment for following.
Please follow us so that we can get to any plan. Do you understand? Follow us. We have not started charging for follow. It's not. You just to press that red button there. Subscribe. Come on YouTube. Subscribe on Facebook. Follow on Instagram.
Follow.
They say we don't used to announce on Instagram. That's what they comment. They say, and somebody is asking, are we not on Instagram? And I'm just telling you, we are on Instagram, and it's the same handle at Anietie Bature. And there's something that is coming. We have a promotion. We have a promo. We have a challenge. But I am not going to let the cat out of the bag until they bring the cat and the bag is not inside.
This is one of those word programs that when you finish, the person will be like, what did you really say?
Okay. So we have 1 minute more. Please, guys, we want to see your definition of love. We want to see a definition of love. But before their time runs up, there was a testimony that someone shared on your page about this work that
actually person sent a personal message.
Wow. And the message is here, and it's really very long. It's so we're not going to tell the full story, but Daddy, I think it's good for you to just give a summary of what that message is. If you want to see it, you can go back and go and pause the thing and read it. But it's very long. You can't just
so this is a shout out to Sunday, wherever you are. So he reached out to say thank you for all the help that we have given him over the past months, right? He has been watching this program, Common Sense for Relationships, has learned a lot. He learned and he started applying the things that he learned, which is just the best part. Learn and then apply. Started applying the things that he learned. His girlfriend, right, noticed that something is changing here, and asked him really what was going on, and he talked about this channel, shared it with her. She also came on board, started listening, and they have been applying what they have been learning, and they have gotten to the point where, hey, this relationship has grown and they are going to get married in September. So he sent me the wedding invitation and just an appreciation, say thank you for everything. So one of the things that he talked about that he learned from me, I'm like, this guy has been watching this channel for such a long time, obviously. Way back to him, we're talking about money and finance and also, it was just interesting. So yes, thank you so much, Sunday, for sharing. We appreciate the feedback. It's really good and encouraging when we get that kind of feedback. So we know, hey, yes, somebody's getting value. What we hope to achieve, we are actually achieving. So thank you for sharing.
And for me, it's encouraging because I see it in this light that someone is. People are sometimes you do all of this work, you get this word out, and it feels like, is anybody hearing? Not just is anybody watching. From the watching, we can see the people that are watching. It's not the word. Is anybody hearing? Because the truth is, relationship is not mathematics. You don't just carry equation and put it, and then you put this one, and then you now get the result. No, it's not mathematics. But relationship has principles. Do you understand? So mathematics has formulas. Relationship has what? Principles. And if you obey the principles, you will not get the same result that I am getting because we are not the same persons. But you will get the same result that you need to get in your own relationship. Are you hearing me? That sounded like a word right there. Oh my goodness. But the time is up. And now we have to ask the question, what really is love to you? What really is love to you? So, Bobby, it's over to you.
Okay, so Jimoski, thank you so much, Jimoski. Jimoski says love is not teamwork, it's partnership. A team can decide not to play together, not to play together to win, but a partner will always look out for the good interest of the relationship. Okay, thank you very much, Jimoski. Let's see.
Deborah, yes, thank you for appreciating the t-shirt again. But Deborah, tell us, what's your definition of love? Thank you for the t-shirt. That's the exam we're writing now. What's your definition of love?
Let's see. Kingsley KJ Asuko says, oh, sorry, there's one of them. Yeah. Sam Marcus Jethro says, love to me is sacrifice and commitment. Okay. Looking out for the best interest of the other person. Thank you very much for sharing, Jethro. Then Peace says, love is deep. To me, love means a lot of things, and love is not just enough in a relationship. So yes, love is not enough. It's not just love that you'll be looking out for. Okay, thank you so much, Peace, for sharing. Debbie agrees with Sam. Debbie, I like your definition. And then Kingsley Asuko says, I see love not as just a mere feeling or butterflies in the stomach, all that die away when reality hits. Rather, I see love as a choice you consciously and continuously make. Whether you feel it or not, you keep making that choice. Okay. Thank you very much, KJ. Let's see. Peace.
Bobby, just to stop you there, before you take the next comment, something that who was it? Was it Peace that says love is not just enough in a relationship. We actually did put out a poll, before this to just find out. We were asking, is how many of you feel like love is the most important factor? How many people do you feel like love is the most important factor in the relationship? Do you feel like love is the most important factor in a relationship? Guess what? From the votes that we polled, an amazing 65 people feel like love is the most important factor in the relationship. 65%? Yes. Feel like love is the most important factor in a relationship. That's just for you to know as we dive right in.
Okay. All right.
So who's
I'm going to
Peace. Yeah.
Peace says love is commitment, vulnerability, kindness, care, affection, communication, and transparency. Thank you very much, Peace.
Wow.
Okay, so yes, so that's a lot. That packs a punch, as they say. Yes, so we've seen all these definitions of love, right? And a number of them if you look in, okay, so I read an article some time ago, and it just tells you in Greek the 4 meanings of love, or more like the 4 types of love. And it's interesting to just, like they'll give you in secondary school or primary school, to draw the lines, connect this to that, and so on, to draw parallels from what you guys are saying, right, to these definitions. So I am going to read those definitions for you, and I will let you draw some of the parallels yourself. So the Greeks used 4 words to distinguish different types of love. So it's interesting to know that there are different types of love. So if you didn't know before, know now. There's not just one type. And that's why, sometimes one person will define it this way, another person will define it that way. And it looks as if it's a conflict, or it looks as if we are not on the same page. No, it's just that there are different types of love, okay? So there are 4 types. The first one is storge, and it's spelled S-T-O-R-G-E, and it means natural affection. So this is just the natural affection that you have, right? And this is particularly in the family setting, right? So you have here natural affection, like the love you have for your sister, your brother, just the natural affection. And then there's eros, which is sexual attraction. I don't need to explain that one too much. Now let's go quickly to the next one. Philia, which means emotional affection or friendship, right? And this, it's simple. I like the definitions that just really straight to the point. Emotional affection or friendship. And then there's agape. This one is really popular amongst Christians because we talk about it. Agape love. And what's this love? This is the unconditional. This is the giving. This is the sacrificial love. So you see why it is really popular amongst Christians, because this just typifies, the kind of love that Jesus showed when he gave up his life, when he died for us, sacrificial love. Okay, now it's interesting, right? When you start drawing, we're talking about drawing the parallels. You just see, somebody talked about commitment, care, sacrifice. You can start drawing the parallels to which type of love is that. Somebody talks about the feelings. You can start drawing the parallels to which type is that. And someone talks about commitment and so on. We saw all those definitions that were coming in earlier. You can draw the parallels to the 4 types. So remember, storge, which is natural affection, eros, which is sexual attraction, philia, which is emotional affection or friendship, and then agape, which means unconditional giving and sacrificial love. So it's interesting to know those definitions. So next time when we're talking about love, don't just think one-sided. Realize that there is 4 types, right? But it's interesting to see that in marriage you actually need all 4. So I love you naturally because you're my husband, but then there's all the others. There's the eros, there's the philia, there's the agape. And sometimes, depending on what's going on, you may not feel part A or part B, or type 1 or type 2, but this other type sustains you, So maybe when your husband or your spouse, when your spouse really annoys you, and in fact at that point the feelings are not all emotional and sexual or whatever, in times like that, it is agape love that sees you through, because you now have to go through, to love the person sacrificially, in spite of the fact that at that time they're not particularly making you so happy, right? Yes. So it's good to see all these definitions. Yeah. So
if I were to take it in the stride that you have led us, and you have given us a lectoral position on this love matter, and a lectoral position on this love matter. So the question I'm now asking to the regular guy on the road, can I say, as a guy, can I say to a lady, I love you? And what I really mean is, I love you the way I love Arsenal as a club. So when I say I love you to a lady as a single guy, what am I really saying?
And that's why people have to find out, because this term love is so as in confused, and people use it.
There's a lot of
in so many different ways.
I have heard the definitions from people,
yes,
right?
But
and there's a definition I stumbled on top one day that the thing even shocked myself. Says love is a feeling that you feel that you have never felt before.
Love is a feeling you feel. When you feel, you're feeling a feeling that you have never felt before. So this was
that. So I'm feeling the
definition. It's from university. Back then, this is how some people defined love anyway. But yes, the term is really used in different ways. I mean, somebody will say, I love ice cream. Which is like, I enjoy ice cream. You're talking about food or something, Another person will say, I love my mother. Which is like, I'm devoted to her. She's the best thing in the world, and so on. Another person will say, I love my job. Which is like, it excites me, it's fulfilling. I like the fact that I can do this and that and so on and so forth. And so I love my country. Then I love you. So when someone says, I love you, you have to really check.
Does he love me?
Does he love you like ice cream?
Like ice cream. We need to be sure. Does he love me like ice cream? But once it is cold and chilled, we are in love. Once I begin to melt, the love is no longer there.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Peace, you're absolutely right. Peace says people need to define the kind of love they are referring to. And that's why, honestly, because of how sensitive this word is, and because of how easy it is for it to be misconstrued, misunderstood, and so on. It's not one to just throw about. Back in the day, let me tell you how it was back in the day. You didn't just wake up one day and because you feel you like somebody, you just gonna tell the person, I love you. I love you. Is how they say it? No.
Back in the day, it used to be heavy.
It was weighty. It was like
I remember when we were she used to even it used to be well, maybe it's just my kind of person, but to just come out and just say I love you.
The day someone said I love you, it was like a milestone in the relationship. You understand? And in fact, most of the time that I love you didn't come before they asked you out. It came after they asked you out and you agreed.
But these days they use I love you to ask you out.
So as in, it was really serious. So you would go on and be friends. You would have mutual feelings of affection and so on.
What I'm saying.
Yes.
Listen to Peace version.
Nowadays, the word "I love you" is like Good morning. Oh my goodness! No.
So, but if that's how it is, but we have to actually be able to respond within the reality of the times that we're in.
Yes.
So what if people are saying I love you as guy, how far, how nadi, it means that the ladies or the guys too hearing it must be clear on what version they are hearing. What version of I love you are you hearing? Are you hearing guy, how far, good morning? Are you hearing what's up now? Are you hearing I am committed to you. Are you hearing? I am devoted to you. What are you hearing?
Which means you can't assume anything in this day and age. Since it has been so watered down, you can't assume that this is what the person means. Which means you have to find out. If somebody says I love you, you actually have to find out, is that good morning, so that I answer you good morning.
Good morning too.
or is that what's up? How is your day? So I'll answer you accordingly. Or is the sun shining where you are? Or is it raining? So I'll tell you what the weather forecast is and what the actual reality is. But if it's more, then the person will also tell you, hey, I actually mean it this way. So and I think we need to start from somewhere, really, guys, to restore the, should I call it the weightiness?
The weightiness
to restore
the
gravity, the seriousness, or some of the word.
And
so that
you see, I think we really need to talk about the seriousness of the word. The seriousness of the word love. We need to talk about it. And in fact, guys, as we are having this discussion, you have something you want to say, please go to the chat box and say it. There are some comments here that are happening in the chat box. The place is already lighting up. It's already lighting up,
and how we are used to.
So nowadays,
Yeah, so that's the one you read earlier. And then Peace says, Guy, how far? It's Guy, how far that she's hearing. Interesting. And then sound. Okay, so Peace says, yes, because of this, we don't know which is real, which is confusing. And it's really confusing. I mean, I can imagine how difficult that is, that someone says, I love you, and you're not sure what the person means. Before, if someone said, I love you, it was clear. And it was permission for you to respond, right? Because most of the time, especially when, I don't know how, well, back in the days, ladies, a lot of times, we weren't the ones to speak first. You just hold your peace until whoever says whatever. So by the time they say, I love you, then okay, there's something here. And then at that point, you can now start to express yourself a little more. Starting with, and I love you too, if you actually love the person back, and so on. But it just made we've gone beyond just being friends. There's a little more here, or a lot more here, not just a little more, a lot more. For somebody to say I love you was a big step. Yeah. So
we have some people coming in backstage, but we are going to take the calls from backstage right after our half-hour commercial. And so just round up your thoughts, and then we'll take a break, and then we can now take the calls after.
Yes. So this is just to wrap this up, ladies, please, and guys, please. If someone comes along and says I love you, please don't assume what they mean, because obviously the meaning is something else now. So just find out what do you really mean when you say I love you. So I guess we can take our break now.
Okay. So there's also a question. There's also a question right there, but I think it will be okay to take the question after this break.
Okay.
Right.
If you know the jackpot, better get your PVC. Something hot is here. 50,000 naira. That's the cash prize for the person who wins the Jackpot PVC Dance Challenge.
Unayera, yes, all you need to do is create a 30 seconds to 1 minute dance video and upload it using the hashtag Jackpot PVC Challenge, and you can stand a chance to go home with 50,000 naira.
Remember, my handle is at Anietie Bature. That's ANIETIE Bature BATURE.
Yeah, lead dance, yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let the best dance wait. Get your business.
Interesting.
We have just for those of you that don't know, we had our song, Anietie released the song just about 2 weeks ago to say that encourages everyone to get involved in this in what is happening in our country. We don't just talk love, we don't just talk relationships, we talk life.
And we talk responsibility.
We talk responsibility.
And civic duties.
And civic duties.
Yes.
Civic duties.
I remember civic education.
Yes. And civic duties. And you see, in the light of this, I don't know, I know she doesn't like it, but I mean, it's her show really. But I mean, this song that she released, always I feel like it's a national anthem. I feel like we should push this song until it becomes a national anthem. And interestingly, we're just around the 10,000 views mark on this song.
Oh, nice.
And so I feel like playing it again. So bear with me. We'll go back to the conversation, because I love this country. So I need people to hear what to do if they love. And the love I mean is not Nigeria how you dey. No, it's Nigeria, I love you intentionally. So we are taking action, and that's why I'm pushing this song. If you have not heard it, please go to this, still on this channel. In fact, I'll ask the guys, please can you post the Japa PVC link in the comment section so that people can listen to the song and relate and take action.
This one, na clarion call to all the brothers and sisters within this country. Naija, now our land. Now we go save am. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa. Get your PVC.
Make it no be like I tell you. Make it no be like saying Bature they wear you. Everybody, mama and papa, maybe we got clear you. So you know gonna be like saying we don't help you. Get your PP, get your PVC, get your PP, get your PVC.
You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, get your PVC.
Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba.
Naija country, Naija country, Naija country, Naija country.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed that. So yes, please share don't just watch it. Share the link also with your friends and loved ones. The fact is, after you have registered, that's not the end. You still need to follow up until you get your PVC. You need to have the card in your hands for that day, because you can't go with I have registered, my name is somewhere in your database, so allow me vote. No, you need to have your card. So yes.
And you know, in addition to that, we have the PVC dance challenge. We are also trying to use it to push intentionally that people can contest, people can compete. The flyer for that dance challenge is also going to be out on this channel, on all our various channels. That's the PVC Japa Dance Challenge, and the flyer is out there. And the winner is going to get 50,000 naira. That's our contribution, to just encourage people to do this. So you need to have it to compete, you know. So let's see your dance steps. You were doing some dance steps like that. I didn't know that you can dance, you know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know now. I didn't know. If I had known that you could dance, maybe I would have married you earlier. Because at that time now you were still doing church things. You
my goodness.
Even when you're doing praise worship,
I don't have words for you. Just
why are you doing like that? When you're doing praise worship, that time you used to dance.
No. Because that time we're still trying to understand how to mix the two. Praise with words and then dance. But that's not what we're talking about now.
But you know, those are some of the things that made me love you. Goodness.
That's what we're talking about, love now.
We're talking about love. I have to chuck it in there somewhere. It has to be.
I don't even know what to say.
Right, back to the conversation. Faith asked an important question. Faith said, Please, I have a question.
Mm.
I have feelings. I have feelings for you, and I love you. The same thing.
Okay, so Faith, we just talked about 4 definitions, and this puts it into perspective, right? So feelings, you know where it falls. It either falls in philia, which is emotional affection or friendship, right? Or it is eros, which is sexual attraction. So when someone says I have feelings for you, it's somewhere in there, or a combination of both, right? So you need to check. But these are types of love. But is this all that you need for what you desire? I mean, the type of relationship you desire or the outcome you seek. So if you are looking to, for instance, get married and you're hoping that this person is interested in you in the way that you guys would possibly end up married, right? Then you need to be checking, is this all? If all the person has for you is just these 2, emotions, then it may not be sufficient. In fact, it is not sufficient, because we know that there are times that those emotions will just disappear. There are certain things that people do that the emotions just fly. And there's, people who know you so well, right? Have the, how should I put it? They know best exactly what to do to really annoy you or hurt you, and they become aware of your weaknesses, your insecurities, and so on. And they could easily, maybe not necessarily meaning to hurt, say something that could really, really hurt. And at times like that, the feelings disappear. So what keeps you through those times? Agape. That sacrificial love, that love that is not self-seeking, that love that goes the extra mile, and so on. So when someone says, I love you, and I have feelings for you, yeah, feeling could be a precursor, right? Or just part of the experience of love, but you need to be sure that it's wholesome for the outcome you seek.
So feelings can be a place to start. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, that feelings can be a place to start, because there's no way you will say I love
and I don't feel.
It doesn't make any. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, like you said, feelings is a place to start. And peace begins to say this about it. Peace says the feelings might be an attraction to your body or a specific thing about you. I love you is the I'm guessing she's saying it's the Lord of all. That is like the it's like the of them all. But still, this I love you thing can just be said just to get at you. That is very true.
Yeah.
People, like we said, the whole issue of love has just been bastardized to the point where anybody uses it anyhow.
Yeah.
And we have Jimoski backstage.
Yeah. So just before Jimoski comes in, I just remember, Chaplain, Robert Chaplain used to say, tell us about I think it was the dove, right? And the male and the female, and the male one was saying, I love you to the female, and the female was saying, show it. So what does love mean to you? You need to know. So when someone says, I love you, you're checking for the indications and not just the statement, because anybody can say I love you, especially as we now know anyone can say I love you and mean whatever.
They can mean something different. So someone can say I love you and they can mean something different. Do you need water? They can get you a glass of water. Please get her a glass of water. So Jimoski, you're on.
Hello, good evening, guys.
Yes, good evening. I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I will be very brief. I believe the definition of love is a language where anyone can use to get what they want from another person. And my reason are this. It's easier for me to say I love you, and inside me, I don't feel anything about you. It's definitely easier. Now, earlier on, I said to me, love is a partnership. It's not a teamwork. Now, when you're looking at the teamwork aspect, a team work is everybody will be fighting for their own individual benefit, their own individual war. And that's what you find in relationship, in marriage, in any organization. But when you are in a partnership with somebody, your attention, your goal, your target will be for both of you to achieve the same thing. For that business or that marriage, whatever you are in, shouldn't go down. So it's easier for people to tell you that I love you, but to prove it on the other side is difficult. So if you ask million people in this world to tell you their definition of love, everybody have different definition of love. But the challenge is that the practical aspect of it is what people don't have. Now I don't want to go too biblical or spiritual. Jesus giving a life for us on the cross of Calvary. That's his definition of love. Now you will hear a lady telling you or somebody telling you, I'm ready to die for you. But this time, nobody ready to die for anybody inside relationship. Some people are not even ready to share their kidney to another to their partner. Some people are not even ready to share stand with that person in suffering. Some people, the moment they are broke, if the guy is broke, that's the end of the relationship. Some people, the moment the guy is not good in bed, sorry to use that one, that's the end of the relationship. So the body will tell you that they are in love. But when they really face the challenge that say love bear all things, you find out that most of them start diverting to another tension. So for me, I feel that love, I love you is a language you use if you want to get something from anyone or take advantage of anyone. Thank you.
Wow.
Jimoski, thanks for sharing.
And the legs.
And I think so I think I take what he's sharing as a caution.
Yeah.
That's what I take it as, a caution.
Because he's bringing realism to the fact that a lot of people just use love as a
bait.
As a bait. Thank you. You have the word. They use love as a bait to get things from people. And sometimes, even when we Christianize things, I love you, Lord. Please, can you sort out my house rent? Because we are saying I love you as long as you can sort me out. I love you as long as I can get what I need from you. So that's what he's saying. That people use love as a language to get from others.
Yeah, so that's something that people need to be careful about. And that's why at every point, people need to be thinking about what is going on here right now. There's a purpose for relationships, and whether you like it or not, it needs to be mutually beneficial. So you need to, even when you're trying to be sacrificial, you need to look out for yourself, right? You need to make sure that it's not just you giving, and nothing is coming back. It needs to be mutual. It has to be that you gain and they gain. You grow and they grow. You are better off and they are better off. Not that one person is dying so that the other person can live. It shouldn't be that way. So please be aware, just like Jimoski has said, that a number of people use the term love or the comment I love you, the statement I love you, as a way to bait. Be aware and be on the lookout for that, so that you don't fall victim and you say, well, you said you love me, but you said you love me, Yes, so it's just like some people also use the promise of marriage to bait people. I remember that song from back in the day. I don't know if you know it. Really, I'm thinking you don't know it. You are too backward to know the song, but if you know it, I'll be surprised. Okay, so the song is
throwing shade. It's okay.
Soldier, want to marry me with a basket, 5 and 1. Do you know it?
No.
And then the soldier answer, oh no, sweet girl, I cannot marry you, for I have no. And then he'll say something, maybe no clothes, no shoes, no stuff. And she goes off and packs the stuff from her father's, I think grandfather's shed, right? Because her grandfather was a soldier, and gives it to the soldier. And unfortunately, at the end of this whole drama, this lady gives the soldier everything that he complained that he didn't have, right? And he was giving these complaints each time they were talking about marriage. But the moment he had everything, soldier now responded, oh no, sweet girl, I cannot marry you, but I have a wife. At home.
Haba. No.
At least that's where I remember the song. I have a wife at home. That's how it ended. So she actually equipped the soldier completely in the hope that this soldier will marry her. And at the end of the day, soldier told her that there's a wife at home. Quite unfortunate.
So this brings us back to the conversation, right, that we're having about the fact that this love, we agree, has been bastardized. But this love, what is it supposed to be? So we have said something at the beginning, that you must understand what the love is defined as, and you must understand what the person that is saying it to you means when he says, I love you. So that's the first part. So
and you should also be able to test that the love is whole, because we're saying in marriage you actually need all. So if you are in a relationship and you feel that the only love this person is expressing is feelings, emotions, and I don't see any sacrifice here, I don't see any the agape side here, I don't see the natural expression, the way you treat your brother, treat your sister, treat your family members.
Someone that treats you like a human being. Right?
Yes, you don't see just that natural part. If all I say is feelings, then it's not whole. It's not. It feels. It's so not
feelings
complete.
Is involved.
It's involved, but feelings, it's not all.
It's not all.
Yes. So especially if you're talking about
feelings is involved, but it's not all.
Yes. So if you are talking about getting married, then you need to be sure that it's full, it's complete. If not, I mean, what if what is triggering the feelings is how you look? Because you have all the perfect statistics, or you're tall, dark, and handsome, and so on and so forth. What happens when you no longer are in that shape? Example, when you are pregnant and we take on the no, as in even during the pregnancy now, when your shape is now, I don't know what to call it, is it amoeba or something?
When you're just rolling around town.
When you're waddling.
Rolling around town.
So what will happen at that time? It doesn't mean you lose the person's love because you're no longer looking a certain way. So really, it needs to be more than feelings, and we have to look out for wholesome love.
Okay,
yes.
So those are the things those are some of the things that we have covered in this, and in covering them, we have also gone ahead to define the 4 types of love. We have also gone ahead to give examples and take comments from people about the different ways that love has been used, and we're seeing that, hey, love is a lot more than feelings and words or an idea. So a question we will now ask is, have you ever been in love? This kind of love that we're talking about. Guys that are watching, have you ever been in love? Babe, have you ever been in love?
Are you asking me the question?
Yes.
Or are you actually asking me the question?
No.
So what if I say no? What will you do now?
We'll just scatter the show. We just scatter the show.
Say, oh no, I haven't been before. Then I'll ask you, what have we been doing for the past 15 years?
Then I'll not be saying, that means I probably have been loving alone. But then this definition of love that we gave, it's as if I can see everything. It's like I can see sacrifice. I can see affection. I can see someone that understands me. I can see someone that treats me with respect. I can see someone that even when I didn't have all the things that she would have need to make her all that she wants to be, but the person believed in the person that I was going to become. I can see someone. I can see someone that trusted my word. I mean, I can see someone that gave me the space to become. I can see someone that that even when she had the opportunity, when she had the chance, to step on my the word I want to use is to step on my manliness. When there are sometimes that life deals you a blow, a certain blow as a guy. Life hits you, and you find someone that instead of throwing shade and making you feel less of a man, the person actually lends a hand and helps you to stand. And you not only stand, you stand tall. If that's not love, I'm trying to think now what it may be. What it may be. So even if you want to say you didn't love me, it's too late. You have already shown it.
Yes, I've already shown it, right?
You shown, and you showed it in different places. Even before you said I do. You know, those days when we were doing this, I mean that your birthday, that, oh boy, we could not bring you Prince in shining armor. We could not bring you birthday cake and then do this thing birthday. And so people will say, oh, your guy did it. We brought you a gift that you can't even show people that they gave you the gift for your birthday. You know?
Oh my goodness.
And you still collected it. For me, that was when you collected it, I was like, man, it's either something is worrying this girl. So encapsulated in love is
action.
Is power under restraint. That when you say I love, it's as if you have the power to change. You have the power to do things, but because you love, you restrain it. You have the power to talk down on someone, but because you love, you restrain it. So love comes with a certain degree of restraint to say, I can do anyhow I want to do, but because I love you, I will do only what you need.
Or what will help you.
What will help you.
Because you're looking out for the person's best interest. And that's the mutual, that's the, I feel like you just celebrated me here. Yes, I have to notice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm getting a double dose because actually earlier today I was just going through the books in our bookshelf in the library, and I saw a letter you wrote to me in 2013.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and what you're saying now is not too far from what you said there. So I'm feeling like I'm getting a double dose. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much, honey. Thank you very much. Yes. So honestly, look out for the full thing. Look out for, if you're talking about marriage, look out for the complete package. Please look out for it. Don't think, it's just enough. I'll marry you. I don't have any feelings for you, but I have the love of God. As in, do you understand? Unless, even if you start with agape, please allow some of the feelings and emotions to come in before you make a lifetime commitment to somebody, unless you heard expressly, and you are super sure that this is something that you are supposed to do, and that is a very serious exception. But I would add, ideally, please, it needs to be complete. It needs to be whole. All four expressions need to be there if you're talking about marriage.
Yeah. So it means that you need to like the person. You need to be attracted to the person.
You need to have feelings for the person.
You need to have feelings for the person. You need to be able to give yourself for the person.
Yeah,
you need to be able to give yourself for the person. You need to be able to say, hey, I can take a bullet.
You need to be excited about the person. Yeah, because
didn't hear that one.
Well, I can take a bullet.
Are you
the bodyguard of the president? Okay, all right. So it has been an interesting session today, talking about love and the meaning of love, the expression of love. It has been quite an interesting session, and thank you so much, everyone, for all these comments and these definitions, these explanations, the questions, and even some of the responses that people gave on the chat to some of the questions are really good.
Yeah, and please, don't forget that we have the Japa PVC challenge that is kicking off from tonight, and we're going to release the video on this same channel. We're going to release the video, and we're going to release the flyer, and you are going to see all the terms and conditions that you need to do it. So if you can dance, or your brother can dance, or your friend can dance, or you guys can just come together and dance, and you are dancing your way into 50,000 naira, you are dancing your way into getting your PVC and putting this nation first. If you never japa, if you still there here, we don't have any other country that we can go. And even if you japa, no matter where you did, Niger, now our country.
Yes. I even hear online voting may be a possibility. Anyway, we'll find out as we get closer.
It was a lawyer that told me that actually when the person had this Japa PVC song, he said, hey, don't just limit it to guys that are in Nigeria. He said we should send this song, send it abroad, and let the people abroad also know that even though you have Japa,
you may have an
opportunity to vote. So still do get your PVC.
We'll find out as we go.
We have to go, right?
Yes.
We have to go. They are giving us
thank you everyone. Remember to like this, and remember to share, to leave a comment, let us know how you're doing, and let us know how
if you have any questions about love, write it in the comment section. After this show has closed, you'll see the comment. Write it in that section. In that section, we'll also put the links for Japa, and we would release a video for the challenge. And please, you heard the fact that the testimonial, someone on this show has been listening to a show and taking it and doing something with it, and the person is getting married. Real relationships can work, and that's what we're doing here. We're trying to help you have real relationships, real engagement, and you journey from just being the man or the woman you are into become a wholesome person, and then into having wholesome relationships.
Yes, thank you so much. Nicely put. Okay, so at this point, it's time to say goodbye on today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, and remember, common sense is not so common. Bye. Enjoy the week.
I have to sign out, but I'm going to sign out with my favorite song for the season.
This one, na clarion call to all the brothers and sisters within this country. Naija, now our land. Now we go save her. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC.
Make it no be like I no tell you. Make it no be like saying Bature they wear you. Everybody, mama and papa, maybe we can clear you. So you know go be like saying we no help you. Get your PP, get your PVC, get your PP, get your PVC.
You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, better get your PVC. You know the Japa, get your PVC. Nigeria country, Nigeria country, Nigeria country, Nigeria country.
Everybody go for your PVC. I beg. You don't say no the Japa, but your PVC.